The sunbreaker ventures out into the wild, within enemy territory all around him. He suddenly sees that he is out of grenades, but as always, the beast rages within. He's able to pop his hammers, but lo and behold, another is there, waiting for him, also staring at him, horns glistening in the sun, also ready. But he has a much different maneuver, in which he refuses to throw the hammers. Instead, he decides to give him the bags! We're going to be taking a look at Necrochasm, man. Now, Necrochasm is an exotic auto rifle that you can get through a quest, getting a Husk of the Pit to drop for you, all kinds of stuff. But specifically, I wanted to go over whether or not this weapon is even worth getting in PvP. Is this going to be the dominating weapon? I get so many questions, by the way. Is this the new meta? Is auto rifles the new meta? And it's just like, yo, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna put a video out on it this weekend, but as of right now, I'm just gonna say anything can go, man. Anything can go. But let's talk about Necrochasm though. How is this weapon working out? What's happening with this weapon? What are the perks? So first and foremost, let's label the exotic perk that it's got on it, man. Cursebringer. Kills with this weapon, trigger a curse throw explosion. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like, none of these things are really outrageous, by the way. You've got Outbreak Prime whenever it triggers its little Siva stuff. In PvE is really good. But, on the other side of things, dude, it's not necessarily just game breaking in PvP. It's not like it's just going to take off so much more damage off the next enemy. It normally pretty much is just all, Firefly, but reworked differently. Now, Cursebringer's pretty cool. I actually like the sound effects. I like how it works. It would have been cooler. Maybe I'm just thinking a little too far out of this. But what if? Let's take a what if moment. What if thralls actually spawned from the corpse of that body and start fucking up people around it? I'm just saying, that would be dope. I would use it every single day. Even if I went shitty every single game, I would use it just to see Thrall run around triggering people. That would be hilarious to me, okay? The other perk is Zen Moment, which is nice, allows for some extra stability. And the other perk is kind of an odd one to me, why you would even have this on an auto rifle. Cascade, melee kills automatically reload a portion of this weapon's magazine. It's a bad sign when your primary has Cascade on it. In my opinion, I feel like the weapon shouldn't even require you to melee. You will kill everything in sight before the enemy gets to you. It's kind of like a dead giveaway. Let's talk about the mid perks, dude, and the barrel perks. I rock fitted stock. That's pretty much the best perk. I feel like it's in that row. There is Aztecross ballistics. There's also CQB ballistics, also aggressive ballistics. Some people will argue and say aggressive ballistics lowers your time to kill to 0.8 seconds. And I'm like, yeah, it does do that. But everyone's on top of you and your stability's ass. So I stayed on Aztecross for a little bit. I'll swap between that and CQB just to kind of get a feel, and even aggressive just to kind of get a feel for everything. Either way it goes, let's talk about gameplay. All right, so let's break it down. By the way, before we get started on breaking this gameplay down, somebody told me the other day I'm really picky when it comes to weapons. I am really picky, man. You gotta understand, I've lived through a lot of good fucking metas. Alright, now I'm having to pick up a lot of guns that feel like pieces of fucking toast that I'm throwing at people, man. They just don't feel powerful. And I like power, man. I like shit that fucks people up and quickly. I like to turn on people. I don't want to turn on somebody and just sit there with water guns. Hell no. I want to turn around on somebody and blow their asses away. And Necrochasm doesn't do that for me. Sorry, just doesn't. I've already seen a bunch of other YouTubers for some fucking unknown reason, because I guess I don't know what they think, but they jump up and down and say this is a wonderful weapon in PvP. And yeah, I might be pooping on your favorite weapon right now, but I am pooping on it. I can tell you right now, I'll beat you every single day of the week with the Doctrine of Passing. That's the key, man. I will never really jump up and say this is a great weapon, because A, it's an exotic. B, it's nowhere near as deadly to me as a Doctrine of Passing. It's got throw explosion. It does. But guys, come on, let's be frank, man. That's a very situational thing. That's a very Outbreak Prime at least spawns Siva that aggressively seeked after the enemies around them. So you actually had something that actually aggressively seeked. They didn't necessarily have to be on top of each other. There was only one time in all of this gameplay that you saw right here where Necrochasm actually took advantage of that exotic perk. Again, guys, I think it's a great PvE weapon, and it's fun to bring up in PvE, but for PvP, guys, I just don't think it's there. Well, guys, that's my thoughts on Necrochasm. I know I'm going to get some hate, man. Somebody in the chat always says it, dude. They always get all just pin up about it, man. It's like I just shit on their girlfriend or something. Listen, don't take it so seriously. You can still use the weapon. Hell, I had a good time using it. I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm just saying, and I will always just speak my opinions on whether or not I feel like the weapon embodies power. And I'm just saying, this weapon just doesn't. I still find myself saying Doctrine of Passing is still my baby when it comes to this archetype. And that has a lot to do with the rolls, and of course it's an adept version, so it really comes in handy in trials. But that's just my thoughts, man. You know, either way it goes, I don't even play with this archetype much anymore because I love Monty. Hey, you want to get a good auto rifle? You fucking just play with Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is the shit, man. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for coming and watching, man. We'll be doing, I guess, trials. I think I did a vote up on Twitter. People voted, I guess, more for the raid. So I'm going to try to split this up. I think this afternoon, Blessius and me are going to be doing some trials. And then probably this weekend, the Gamer Guy and I are going to be doing probably either 2-man raids with viewers or something along those lines. A raid with viewers. So be looking out for us on Twitch. As always, guys, I love you. And I'll catch y'all later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.